see in the strongest and smartest men who've ever lived. I see all this potential, and I see squandered. God damn it, an entire generation pumping gas, waiting tables. Slaves with white collars.
Marcus Garvey got my right, Drew Ali got my left side. Hook pulling for devil's hides with the valley of death stride. Blade dirty like it doesn't shower, tongue is the sword. Moorish master MC Moore, I self am Lord. Accent of Tony Martin and Kwame Ture. They poison Steve Coakley, exposing the black boule. Threatening Ivan Van Sertima with deportation. To his own land he's in, so you know some masons. I'm pulling strings to shut him up for saying Olmex. Speaking the truth of those existing before Toltecs and Aztecs and Mayan. So-called blacks are the Hawaiian and the American and the free white man. Stop the blood clot crying. Irish nigga fighting a dancing monkey. Disgrace the race, slap a mumble rap junkie. Take your mask off, show you the future, give you nervous sweats. Listen to yourself singing about Molly and Percocets.
Advertising has us chasing cars and clothes, working jobs we hate so we can buy shit we don't need.
I see y'all wearing skinny jeans and sagging in sports bra shirts, calling Hochi to bury them in Calgary far outskirts, too grizzly to bear. I fear falling off this frisbee, I swear. Never mind sight impaired, stay on my square. 7 and 4 quadrant ring, I'm on my knees not praying. I'm strangling gin with rude raksha beads. Some might say mala, some might call it a Buddhist chain. In times of war, everything is a weapon just the same as everything above has a below. Check the facts and stone, or if you can find one, ask a pharaoh. What Orion and Sirius have to do with the plateau of Giza. Ancestors thought project place to place like Freezer. More scientists, Sufis, shut up but down believers. Make those with little faith become ancestral receivers. Through signs and symbols, rhymes and signals. Either abandon or get your birthright like a retriever. Abandon or get your birthright like a retriever. No need to bring it back, you need no shepherd. Stop being a sheep, black, stop wasting effort. Stop letting traders chill, drop them off in deserts. I buzz at dinner, a sellout, before I get the hell out. I listen to what Drew Ali taught, he didn't have to yell out. Ref bring the bell out, Shango the chicken heads out. Merge shaman stones and tiger eyes help the spell out. Cool Bay the reason El Shabazz and Ali fell out. Moore's disgruntled and watching people with brows crumble to be exalted, but praise themselves never humble. Begging for props, wanting segregation by calling the cops, then calling them racist after someone gets shot or beat to a pulp or choked out. R.I.P. Their ancestors let your devil self haunt their dreams. Tortured forever and ever, have peace never. So low, make their head hurt with biometric pressure.
Little children of history, man. No purpose or place. We have no Great War, no Great Depression. Our Great War is a spiritual war. Our Great Depression is our lives.
King Boom.
The problem is we started thinking like the colonists to know what Drew Ali started dropping it. The problem is we started thinking like the colonists to know what Drew Ali started dropping it. The problem is we started thinking like the colonists to know what Drew Ali started dropping it. The problem is we started thinking like the colonists to know what Drew Ali started dropping it.
Dirty Moors still.
We started thinking like the colonists to know what Drew Ali started dropping it. The problem is we started thinking like the colonists to know what Drew Ali started dropping it.
King Boom.
The problem is we started thinking like the colonists to know what Drew Ali started dropping it. The problem is we started thinking like the colonists to know what Drew Ali started dropping it. The problem is we started thinking like the colonists to know what Drew Ali started dropping it. The problem is we started thinking like the colonists to know what Drew Ali started dropping it.
Dirty Moors still attempt to infiltrate the order. Active Moors are truth and take it to the corners. Across highways, past hedges and through borders. Move on dirty Moors like broken down waters. Watch out for agents and provocateurs trying to get next to their heads with the doctor's cures. They never pay dues and don't pay dues. Contradicting with King Alfred to give blues like news. Noble Drew Ali died from Palemore blues. Prophet saved him his money before the floor fell through, and that's true. Even though I don't have proof, cell memory tells me don't fall for spooks. Drop mental nukes, hanging from their own vine from the fig tree. Looking looking up at him like Big B. No white flag or mercy for you fags. 5-point and pentagram is on our flag. Green, but not for cream. That dirty ones took to throw off the balance of the grand treasury books. Getting offers like high school ballers. Those that infiltrate are not Moors but robbers. Robbing the people blind, deaf, dumb, and crippled. They can't tear this up, not one drop or trickle. No matter how hard they try to perpetrate the fraud, dirty Moors always fall on their sword.
The problem is we started thinking like the colonists. To know what drew our lead, started dropping it. The problem is we started thinking like the colonists. To know what drew our lead, started dropping it. The problem is we started thinking like the colonists. To know what drew our lead, started dropping it. The problem is we started thinking like the colonists. To know what drew our lead, started dropping it.
Me nah play with uno so simmer and easy. From 19 how long, me see it's sleazy. So sick it's measly and disgusting. Everyone stood there. The Moors did nothing when Drew was attacked. They took the covenant that they will protect him and have his back. They hand on dues by 4 months. Going to kangaroo courts to perform stunts. Temples versus temples. Lawsuits from inner fights. Not doing their job, 3,500 for birthright. Mufti Force left the post to be in Gucci stores with God. I thank Allah for the Sufi Moors and Buddhist Nagas. Moorish mic renaissance, not rap sagas. Confusion clearer, MC battle scar wearer. Moorish nationality declarer. Straighten out the crooked ways, rap conduct squarer.
The problem is we started thinking like the colonists. To know what drew our lead, started dropping it. The problem is we started thinking like the colonists. To know what drew our lead, started dropping it. The problem is we started thinking like the colonists. To know what drew our lead, started dropping it. The problem is we started thinking like the colonists. To know what drew our lead, started dropping it.
Let me strip them down, I'm the bone bearer. Negro, black, colored, minority, death preparer. Not the being, but the label attached. See me like Martin, going crazy, waving gats. Cause you call yourself black, that's a kick me sign on your life. Can't stab your enemy, holding the blade of the knife. Numbskull MCs flow so dull that I'm pulling down Orishas like skull caps to torture the rapper, scissor sippers. Rapper, CD scratcher, insert ripper. Call me Jack and get slapped though. Admiral when I flow major like Macro. Don't spit on a cameraman like Pac will, but beat the case like Black Bill, but no lawyer. Ask Jim Carrey, liars do nothing for you while they get rich and poor you. Make you follow magistrate orders that get the coke to snort from hood corners and blocks ghetto. All I see is rappers, dress codes, repedo, tight shirts, skinny jeans looking like heavy metal bands. I'm not Bay but L like Gred and Hands. I grab mics, no sweat in hands. With birthright brands, I don't worry about getting scanned.
The problem is we started thinking like the colonists. To know what drew our lead, started dropping it. The problem is we started thinking like the colonists. To know what drew our lead, started dropping it. The problem is we started thinking like the colonists. To know what drew our lead, started dropping it. The problem is we started thinking like the colonists. To know what drew our lead, started dropping it.
What up? Tell everyone about Drew Ali. 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 Tell everyone. Let the world know Drew Ali came. Brought a flag, religion, and free national name. Brought an ID card, don't flash at the hybrid. Learn about the righteous and when we were the pirates. Ancestral creed, clandestine heed. Warnings of the prophet, they can't intercede. Canaanite, Hittite, Amorite brethren needing new homes to Atlantis direction. North, south, and central, flag continental. Founder and uniting of the Moorish holy temple of science. Nationality is alliance, always in defiance of their wardship compliance. Active, not passive, estate is massive. Use the compass, draw circles around your passions. Carpenter's tool in the mind workshop. Corsica bandana, covered eyes in bird box. Return to ancestors' mind, descendants of ancients. Forget the mundane, knowledge attainments. Guided by the principles, our own laws and customs. If they teach but don't bring up Drew Ali, don't trust them. Tell everyone about Drew Ali. 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 Tell everyone. Tell everyone about Drew Ali. 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 Tell everyone.
I told her fill up in a woman brought jewelry. We got more into the pedigree. She said she more. I said that meant more to me. Couldn't have this conversation a few years back when I was a few years black. 2,000 years I cried in tears, but I'm back. Still here, thought manifested from a higher tier. I appear spirit and flesh with divine warnings. Choose life or death. I heard my mother utter to the Negro, black or color, African American, and that's another. Moors, be yourself, no other. You're the last puzzle in place, now move others. Hatred, slander, lewdness, murders. The pleasure of the lower, rich in promise, so you can prevent effects from causes. Sow a seed planters, sow a seed growers. Deep in the soil, with love, choose peace, freedom and justice. Born on a Friday, I put that on Venus. Creative faith, Allah, you's a genius. You sent your last prophet to uplift me, so I gotta tell everybody. Tell everyone about you early, 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 tell everyone. Tell everyone about you early, 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 tell everyone.
Happy Holy Day, Moors. Peace and love to all the Moors worldwide.
Been about 2.5, 3 years, something like that. I don't want to say too much, you know what I mean, because I talked my way off parole. The first nigga to pop it.
Really?
Yeah.
And so what have you been doing since you got out?
You want to hear how I did it?
Yeah.
So I told that bitch, I went to this place called the Moore Science Temple. I don't know if you've ever heard of it, but they teach you all about law and shit up in there for black people. So, you know what I mean? Well, people that think they black. So you come out, you know the shit. So I said, man, I signed a contract with y'all when I was 17 for 15 years. You feel what I'm saying? So it's over when it's over. All these niggas doing extra parole. When your contract is over, if you take a deal, that's a wrap. So I called up there, I banged on them, cussed at them, all that. They couldn't believe it. They was like, you're not getting off nothing. Next thing I know, I got my discharge paper. So,
Wow.
You feel what I'm saying?
That's fire.
You finesse the system. I ain't finesse nothing. I told them the truth. You need to be scared. Wow. That's what it's about.
You just come. You,
Been about 2.5, 3 years, something like that. I don't want to say too much, you know what I mean, because I talked my way off parole. The first nigga to pop it.
Really?
Yeah.
And so what have you been doing since you got out?
You want to hear how I did it?
Yeah.
So I told that bitch, I went to this place called the Moore Science Temple. I don't know if you've ever heard of it, but they teach you all about law and shit up in there for black people. So, you know what I mean? Well, people that think they black. So you come out, you know the shit. So I said, man, I signed a contract with y'all when I was 17 for 15 years. You feel what I'm saying? So it's over when it's over. All these niggas doing extra parole. When your contract is over, if you take a deal, that's a wrap. So I called up there, I banged on them, cussed at them, all that. They couldn't believe it. They was like, you're not getting off nothing. Next thing I know, I got my discharge paper. So,
wow.
You feel what I'm saying?
That's fire.
You finesse the system. I ain't finesse nothing. I told them the truth.
You didn't finesse nothing. Told the truth. And the truth did what? Set him free from their parole, didn't it? Didn't it? Well, for whoever was asking the question, is Larry Hoover a Moor? Is he gangbanger? Ex-gangbanger? No, all of them are Moors. Oh, is he Christian pastor, black church guy? Oh yeah, they're Moors too. Or he's Hebrew Israelite? Oh yeah, they're Moors. Oh, is ancient Kemetic, ancient Egyptian, they built the pyramids and all that? Yeah, they're Moors too. Oh, the black Indians? Oh yeah, they're Moors. Who else is there? You name them, if they got high concentrations of melanin, they're Moors. I don't care what their opinion is, they're Moors. So yeah, Hoover's a Moor. Larry Hoover, not, the other Hoover guy. Chief Malik, he's L, right? Chief Malik L. Who they call Jeff Fort. Yeah, he's a Moor. Well, you know Farrakhan's Ali. You know Nation of Islam, Farrakhan and all them. Oh yeah, all them are Moors too. No, they, like Crip Jesus said, those who choose to call themselves black. They're not black though. They're Moors, as we all are. Once you got high concentration of melanin, even if you got low concentration of melanin, you're a Moor. It's that simple. So now that we know that we're Moors, what are we gonna do about it? Or are you gonna keep debating Moors about are we Moors or not Moors? You people don't ask the pertinent questions. That's why you keep getting played. That's why you keep getting played. You don't honor Noble Drew Ali. That's why you keep getting played. Noble Drew Ali told the Moors, I brought you everything it takes to save a nation. Now take it and save yourself. It's Drew Ali. I brought you everything it takes to save a nation. Now take it and save yourself. What I meant to ask is, was he active Moor at any point in his life? At the point when he said, forget this gang banging stuff, let's tell the truth, he became a Moor. Whether he was in prison, whether he was out, whether he was on a spaceship somewhere, it doesn't matter. As soon as he gave his life to truth, he became a Moor. The majority of people in that realm, they're liars, right? Gangsters and all that stuff. They're not about truth, nothing. Right? We already know brothers who got shot up, sisters who got their face sliced and stabbed up and all that stuff. So we already know that it's BS. Why do you think they buried them under the jail? Also go look up Jerry Lewis Bay in Missouri, who was another gangbanger who switched up, found out about Moors, went to Moor Science Temple and all that stuff, and now he's meeting with Moroccan ambassadors and all that. He's a gangbanger. Why are they meeting with him? You know Moroccan ambassadors gonna meet with gangbangers? For what? What are you meeting with them for? Obviously, something happened. Stop saying that they're Negro black colored. Stop playing gang games. And the sky's going to be the limit, or they're going to bury you under the jail. Ask Rise of the Moors. If they were saying black guy shooting club and all that stuff, it wouldn't be any issue having arms. Just because there are Moors that were saying it, now it's a big deal. And then how you know that it's a campaign, the next court session is on 7/11, which is Moors. That's Moorish history. Now they have the Moor in court on 7/11, and then you think that these people don't know what's up. But Drew Ali said he brought you everything it takes to save a nation. So if he brought you everything to save a nation, why are Moors talking like this?
For a while, I'm not going to say conscious. I've been aware for a while. You know what I'm saying? Noble Drew Ali didn't bring everything to us. He said it. He said that most have not been told. We're not in 1920s. Not with that crazy stuff, B. And I'm not Islamism. Let's make that clear. I'm not Islamism.
It's out of Sabir Bey's own mouth. He's not with Islamism. And he's lying on Noble Drew Ali. That alone make you clean your hands of these people because they're sellouts. They'll tell you whatever they want. I don't care what they tell you. Right? Had about 3 or 4 Moors just this week. About 3 or more Moors showed their true colors this week. Showed who they really were. I get it. I get it. You know, moral science isn't the cash cow. You ain't getting rich saying you're a Moor. So get that stuff out your head right now. You're not getting no finance and all that stuff. So you say you're a Moor. You want finance? Go out there and go get a job or go start a trade or go plant something and sell it or something. But you're not going to be no Moor and talk about you got Bentleys and all that stuff. Stop it. Stop the foolishness. Our problem, which is always our problem, is our own. Our problem is our own.
D-O-N-G. D-O-N-G. Okay. There go the second one. Now, this is when we all got together all of the Earth tribes got together in 1955. You see it right there? Yeah. In 1955, in West Java, in Indonesia, to come up with a plan to fight some shit called white supremacy. You see what it say? The first large-scale Asian, African, and Afro-Asian conference, also known as the Bandung Conference, was a meeting of Asian and African states, but we was there too.
Stop lying. You weren't there. Why would they have an African, Asian, Afro-Asian conference and invite niggers from America for? What are they inviting them for? How come it doesn't say Asian, African, American if they were invited? Obviously they weren't invited. But Rod Hayes is going to lie to you to try to get you on their bandwagon of their BS. Bringing up Bandung Conference because he knows ain't nobody going to be researching that because ain't nobody African and Asian. What we know about Bandung Conference? Why would we care? Why would we care? But what's interesting, when you go check Bandung Conference, all you see is fezzes and stuff like that. So how are they so in on this conference, but then they're not riding with Moors? If Bandung Conference is dealing with 90% Islamic, because Hindustan was there, Ghana was there, Indonesia was there, Saudi Arabia was there. All that's Islamic. So how come they're not Islamic? How come these black Indian people aren't Islamic right now? If they were at the Bandung Conference and stuff like that, they should be revolving around Islamic, shouldn't they? If there's fezzes at the conference, why are they playing games with you that they're not Moors? Why the Indians, why the Big Mama told me people, why they playing games with you? Oh yeah, matter of fact, more put this one up earlier.
Them personally to tell them that the AGM is not happening here. Please pass that message on to RBC that we are very insulted and that they will be hearing from us.
All the Indians got fezzes on, but these black Indians over here are telling you that they're not Moors. How is it that some $5 Indians have fezzes on, but the ones who saying that they're the original ones and they're in Turtle Island and all that stuff, this is their land and all that stuff, they're dissing Moors? What type of crack are you smoking, listening to Rod Hayes and whoever else is playing that indigenous BS with you? That's what it's about. Listening to dumbasses, that's where you people are at now? You don't study for yourself to know what's going on? You don't check for yourself to know what's going on. You're just listening to these scapegoats. Let's just see. Let's just see what they're talking about. Let's just see what they're talking about in the Bandung conference. Remember, this is 1955, right? Keep in mind, 1955. The core principles of the Bandung Conference were political self-determination, mutual respect for sovereignty, non-aggression, non-interference in internal affairs, and equality. These issues were of central importance to all participants in the conference, most of which had recently emerged from colonial rule. The governments of Burma, India, Indonesia, Pakistan, and Sri Lanka co-sponsored the Bandung Conference, and they brought together an additional 24 nations from Asia, Africa, and the Middle East. From where? From where? Where they bring together 24 nations from? From where? From Asia, Africa, and the Middle East. Why didn't they bring any Americans there? Why not? Because they haven't decolonized yet. They're still over here talking about nationality doesn't matter. Still 2022. Remember, this is 1955. 2022. These people still telling you nationality doesn't matter. It doesn't matter about nationality. Okay, interesting. Because the decolonization process was still ongoing, the delegates at the conference took it upon themselves to speak for other colonized peoples, especially Africa, that had not yet established independent governments. The delegates built upon the 5 principles of peaceful coexistence. 5 principles? Hold on a second. The point of the Bandung Conference was to enforce the 5 principles of peaceful coexistence. You wondering where they get 5 principles from? You wondering? You confused, or you still in the dark? Or you're black? Yeah, you're still in the dark. You don't know what the hell's going on. You're just a dumbass listening to goddamn Rod Hayes, this dumbass, telling you BS. Carrying forward the 5 principles of peaceful coexistence in promotion of peace and development. These principles are mutual respect for sovereignty and territorial integrity, mutual non-aggression, non-interference in each other's internal affairs, equality, and mutual benefit and peaceful coexistence. First, firmly holding the principle of sovereign equality. First, firmly upholding the principle of sovereign equality. Sovereignty is the birthmark of any independent state. The crystallization of its national interests and the best safeguard of all it holds dear. The increasing interaction and interdependence among countries, thanks to surging economic globalization and technological revolution, does not mean that the status and role of sovereignty can in any way be neglected or weakened. It is imperative to have greater democracy in international relations. Oh, so hold on a second. So if the Bandung Conference is working for greater democracy, and then democracy is mobocracy, and then you look around right now and you see all those Africans that they murdered in Ukraine or whatever like that. Remember, this is supposed to be Bandung Conference people. Asia, you know Europe's in Asia, right? You know Europe's not a continent, right? You do know Europe's in Asia, right? You know Africans there. Okay. So if they're supposed to be working toward greater democracy, and democracy is why you're in this BS that you're in right now, why is Rod Hayes and these people pushing Bandung Conference? And they weren't even there as natives or whatever. Why are they pushing Bandung Conference on you? Oh, because they're a sellout. That's why. That's why. Ain't no other reason. There's no other reason. The reason is because they sold you out. Because the 5 principles are love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. And without those reigning in the land, the worst is yet to come, and the worst is here right now. Just go ask all those Africans lying down who got murdered. Just go ask them. Bet you they're not riding with some Bandung Conference BS. I bet you they're not riding with it. But your Negro Indian leaders, though, your Negro Indian leaders, they're going to push it on you, aren't they? The Negro Indian leaders are going to push it on you, though. Right? The Negro Indian leaders are not going to tell you that the Constitution gives authority in Indian affairs to the federal government. How come they're not telling you that part? I thought they're supposed to be self-determination and UN drip and all that. If they're UN drip and all that, why are they calling themselves Indian, which gives their affairs to the federal government to handle? And we already know they're not federal government. You already know they're not federal government. You ever wonder why July 1st is Canada's independence and all that, and then July 4th is United States when they're different places? Why their stuff so close? You ever wonder? Oh, because they're the same fraud, that's why. They're the same modern Europeans that came into Al-Maroc. The same ones who in the 1400s came over here and then saw the Indians and then made dummy treaties with them. And lost all our shit. It wasn't because of the Moorish Treaty of Peace and Friendship. That had nothing to do with the Americas. They were here on the run from Moors. This was the safe haven. This was where they could escape to so they don't get kidnapped on the high seas. So how is it that the Moors are the ones who did the unification and taught these Europeans everything when it was actually the Indians who brought them into the mainland and all that stuff and showed them how to do this, saved them from disease and all that stuff? It was the Indians that did that. That wasn't the Moors. Or are the Moors Indians and then these people are just playing games with you? In that case, then yeah, it was the Moors who did it. It was the Moors that did it. And if it's Moors that did it, then you better recognize that the Moors who did it were the traitors, because as soon as treaty happened, they should have kicked them out and sent them right back to the eastern seaboard. They should have sent them right back to the eastern seaboard. Why didn't they send them back there? How are these people so Aboriginal and indigenous? But when you tell them about nationality, they don't want nationality. We don't want nothing to do with nationality. Nationality is going to get you locked up. Nationality doesn't mean anything. You don't have to be a national. No, but they're going to tell you UN drip, right? Are they going to tell you UN drip? They're going to tell you UN drip, aren't they? What does UN drip say? What's Article 6 say right there? Read Article 6 to yourself. And then ask yourself, how come none of these Indians are keep telling you? How come none of these Indians are telling you about your nationality? Why aren't they telling you about? Why isn't Rod Hayes telling you about nationality, but they're quoting UN drip and self-determination and all that stuff? How are you exercising self-determination if you don't have a nationality? If every indigenous individual has a right to a nationality, why are Rod Hayes, Dane Calloway, Indigenous One, First Indigenous whoever, Aboriginal whoever, why are all of them denying you your right to a nationality? Why are they denying you your right to a nationality? They're just openly denying you the right to a nationality, and then you're letting them do that. You're letting them do it because your dumbass doesn't study. You want to keep playing follower games when that stuff is over. Follow who you following? What do you mean you following somebody? Following somebody where? Where are you following them to? Where are you following them to? Who are these people? Who are these people that you're following? You don't know? You really have no idea? Interesting. Very interesting.
Most of which were newly independent, which took place April the 18th to 24th, 1955.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when we decided to fight back in the smartest way possible. And everybody contributed to us being able to put the pieces together.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's good shit. Hey, so we answered all the questions. Now let me ask you this question about the moves, because the people have been asking me. I hear people make a lot of comments on our tapes.
Okay, let's go back to regular face to face.
Okay. Oh, she hope it ain't delete, man. All right, there you go. All right, there you go. Hey, so one of the questions they had was who. I think you already answered this on one of the tapes. I think I heard you answer it, but just for clarity, they want to know who is Rod Haynes talking about when he talk about the dirty Moors.
You know?
Anybody that's trying to get you to recontract with the dead entity, knowing that this shit is over with, right? The ones who call themselves free white persons in law when they get done doing their paperwork.
Anybody, if we're saying free white persons, it's not because of paperwork. We're saying free white persons. No paperwork making you a free white person. We're stressing the point of free white person so that you know that it does not mean Caucasian race, Aryan race, or Indo-European races. That's why we bring up free white person. We're Moors. We're not talking about we're free white people in that context. We're saying free white person so that you can know that free white people does not, bold letters, underline, highlight, whatever, does not mean Caucasian race. Does not mean them. The real dirty Moors are the ones on this side of the nation that's selling you packages under the guise of that they're Moors. The real dirty Moors are the ones that's telling you $300 an hour for a phone conversation. $300 an hour. The real dirty Moors are the ones who tell you Noble Drew Ali didn't bring you everything. And every second they're throwing out their cash app to you. The real dirty Moors are the ones who call themselves consulate still right now. And people have been calling themselves consulate since the 80s. And none of it amounted to anything for the Moors. Then you have the dirty Moors who are the ones not on our side of the nation trying to convince you that you're not Moors. That's the rest of the dirty Moors. Oh yeah, and don't forget the dirty Moors who are part of Moorish Science Temple of America or any Moorish institution that's playing church games with you and singing hymns to Noble Drew Ali. They're the dirties. The Moors that you want to revolve around are the Moors who have morals. The Moors who have integrity. The Moors who are honest. Those are the ones you want to be dealing with. Anybody else, you're probably about to get played. More than likely, you're about to get played. Some way, shape, or form, they're going to play you. Guaranteed. That's why Drew Ali made the statement, what are all these Moors doing here? There's only going to be a handful saved. So what are you lining up around the building? Half of you people in 2 years, you're going to leave the Moorish movement and go back to being nigger. 95% of you people playing that you're Moors, in 2 years, you're going to be done for. And trust me, we've seen them. We've seen them. We had a temple for 10 years, and trust me, we've seen many come and we've seen many go. We've seen many come and many go. And probably 2-3 years tops. 2-3 years. 3 years tops If you're in this for more than 3 years, you're a keeper. If you're in this more than 3 years, you're a keeper. But then, if you're in here more than 3 years, now we're start, checking the integrity litmus test. See, why are you in here for so long for? Why are you still here? What are you trying to do? Why you keep looking at everybody else, what they got? Well, Umar got 50,000 and Tariq Nasheed got 80 million and how come you're not giving me nothing and all that stuff? Oh, okay, we see why you people are here. Oh, we get it. We get it. Trust and know that we've seen many come through the doors and turn right back around and go the other way. And then that's just because, this ain't for them. This is not for everybody. We know this is not for everybody. We know this isn't for everybody. Everybody isn't thick skin. Everybody doesn't have an armadillo shell. Everybody's not a snail, crab, or whatever. Some of these people are worms. Even an ant, you step on, the ant might still be walking away after, like, shit. I don't know what the hell that was, but many don't have thick enough skin for this. Their skin might be thick, but they don't got thick skin for this. And then all the other ones who don't got thick skin, watch them people. Gotta sell you out. Sell you out for a bowl of porridge. Just because. If you have any questions, just put it in the chat in all caps.
Hey, what's the game on this? The free white person.
That's what your status is as a noble once you do the paperwork, and then you get your corporate status. And in order for you to be exempt from the UCC jurisdiction as a rebel, you sign on to become one of the slave catchers by funneling people in to do paperwork, but you're going to do it faulty, but you're going to charge them a fee.
Damn.
The paperwork going to be faulty out the gate. The corporation is faulty. Anybody that's aware that you cannot go to a lesser rank to validate your higher rank.
Hold on a second, but didn't he just go to a lesser rank telling you about? Didn't he go to democracy people telling you we were at the meeting? Doesn't so they were at the Bandung conference, the Indians. Bandung conference about democracy. And then from 55 to 2018, they didn't say anything about this stuff. Now they're popping up, bringing up Bandung conferences and all that stuff because they know that you're a dumbass and you don't study. And when we go check the Bandung conference, everybody in there, every nation in there was Islamic. These Indians saying that they're Islamic, or they deny it? They deny it, don't they? Oh, so that means that they have nothing to do with this, right? Okay, so if they have nothing to do with this, then we gotta go and see, okay, well, what does this have to do with then? And then when you go check them, they're gonna be telling you about a continent's an island. How's a continent an island? A continent's an island? Well, you know, that's just the meaning. Ancestors call it. Your ancestors were dumbass if they thought a continent was an island. But then, hey, what were they supposed to think? Because they ain't been anywhere else in the world. The Aboriginal, indigenous tribe of whatever like that, whoever. They never been anywhere else. All they know is this land called the Americas. That's all they know. Moors are even in New Zealand as the spirit force. Moors are in Europe. Moors are in Asia as Moros. Moors are in South America as Moreno. Find me a Spanish guy called herself Negro. Find me a Spanish guy called herself Indian. Find me one. Find me one Spanish guy that says, oh yeah, we're Los Indios. We're Los Indios. We identify as Los Indios over here. I bet you they don't. I bet you they say that they have a nationality. I bet you they have a country crest with a red floppy fez on it. I bet you, if you go check all the South American countries, they have a crest with a floppy fez on it. I bet you. Just pull them all up. Just pull up all the South American people and see how many of them have the fez. Right? Us Mexicans call our kids Moors and Moritos. And I bet you that you Mexicans don't call them kids either. Bet you that's a fiction. I bet you adopted that kids BS from these modern Europeans over here. I bet you don't say kids in Mexico. Bet you. $500 notes. Bet you they don't say kids. Bet you they have another name for the heirs. Oh. This is how they play you. This is how they play you. Because once you're on the Moorish paradigm, you start correcting everything. You start realizing where the fraud is because people weren't telling you before. We know people who say, yeah, I'm Puerto Rican. I thought you were Puerto Rican. Oh yeah, I am Puerto Rican. I am Puerto Rican. Why do you keep calling me Puerto Rican? I'm not Puerto Rican. Don't call me Puerto Rican. Because more science did that. Yeah. I'm the Philippines. And in the Philippines? I thought that's King Philip and that's a colonizer that colonized your people. I thought you guys were Moros. Oh yeah. We're Moros. They go in the wallet to pull out a picture with their great uncle and all that stuff with black fez on. Oh yeah, we're not Filipinos, we're Moros. We're PH Filipinos or F Filipinos, we ain't any of them. We're Moros. Ask yourself, how come they call Montezuma a Moorish king? Why didn't they call him an Indian king? Why didn't they call him a Aztec Mayan king? Why did they call him a Moorish king? Why? Why is it that he's a Moorish king? And why does he have a Moorish hat? And what is this Moorish thing going on in the Americas? I told you about this website yesterday. You probably want to go check it out. Inca male figure, 1400s, Fezon. What do you want? You let these sellout Indian people keep playing games with you? You gonna let them play games with you? Really? You're really going to let them play with you? They have nothing to do with Moors. They have nothing to do with Moors. Chilean, Fez. What's Fez is doing in Chile? Almori Moorish. Get your pen. ALMUORISH.wordpress.com. Al Mori, ALMUORI Moorish.wordpress.com. Go there and get your mind blown for 5 weeks. Go get that site up and go study there for 5 weeks and see what you find over there. Inca Empire, Fezes. What do they have Fezes for? Why? You look like any red men over there? The black and white picture. You see where the white is. So what are you confused about? Why? Why you confused? Wooden statuette showing a prisoner being escorted by Chimu warriors. Look at you. This is your dumbass. This is your dumbass playing that you're Indian. Playing that you're black. Playing that you're colored. Playing that you don't want a nationality. We don't have to have a nationality because we're nationality. It doesn't matter. You don't need paperwork. You don't need ID. The contract is up. You just got to stop paying your bills and then they're going to leave you alone. Oh yeah? I bet you won't stop paying your bills. I bet you. Stop paying your phone bill right now. I bet you're going to owe $800 and then you're not going to go strangle these people for lying to you that some contract's over or whatever. Guarantee. Stop paying something. Pick something. Stop paying it. See if they disappear from your life. They attack on so much interest on your dumb ass just for listening to these dumbasses.